You always get a second chance. Mandie, some days when I look at you, I see flashes of brilliance. And other days, I wonder, what are you thinking? That was one of the things my sergeant said to me when I was in the office being corrected for something or reminded of something that I should have done. And it hit me right here because I realized that I loved doing what I was doing. But maybe I was not cut out to be someone who went to a 9-to-5 or even a shift work kind of job. Let me give you a little bit of history of where I came from. I know you're going to recognize some of the things in this story as part of your story. And I want to show you how you can become the author of your own life, how you can discover who you really are, and at the same time get paid. And that's what being an entrepreneur is all about. It's all about becoming more of who you are, offering what you have to offer, your talents and your skills to the public, and still get paid for it. It's the greatest self-development tool in the world, becoming an entrepreneur. You know, I started very young. I was married at 19 years old, and I had a family of 4 before I was 25. And at that point in time, lived on a farm and raised sheep and did all kinds of fun stuff. I was haying in the fields, but I wasn't fulfilled. As a little girl, I remember thinking, there's something I'm supposed to do. There's something I'm supposed to do. And I didn't know what it was. And at 19, just after I got married and was pregnant with my first child, I said to my mom, you know, Mom, I said, I really feel like there's something I'm supposed to do. In fact, I was crying because I was upset. I thought everybody else I knew had gone to school. They had gone on to university. I was a scholar. I won all kinds of awards, top of my class, and I could not figure out what it was I wanted to do. And so at 19 years old, there I was, 7 months pregnant, and I said, Mom, I feel like there's something special I'm supposed to do. And my mother gave me the greatest gift a mother can give her daughter. And she said to me, when you were born, there was something special about you. There was something very special about you. And that, for me, was the greatest gift I ever got. Because that planted in me a seed that I watered over the next 25 years before I actually became who I am today. We're always becoming who we are today, but it's not always an easy journey. So let me tell you how I got here. First of all, I did raise 4 children, and knowing that I really wanted to do something special, I could never find out what it was. And I always had this feeling I wanted to be a leader of women, which was really odd because I grew up with 2 boys. I can't remember a time when I had a girlfriend, and I was always drawn towards sports and all kinds of stuff where there's boys. And so as I got married and had my kids, I thought, well, maybe I should teach people how to can. Go back to, canning your own foods. And I was one of these naturalists. I had my kids wearing cloth diapers, and I made all their clothes. And I thought, well, maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And as time went on, I recognized that this wasn't where I was supposed to go. There was still this nagging thing inside of me that said, you've got something to do. You've got something to do. And I know each one of you at some point in time in your life have felt, there's something I need to do. The problem with our society is we cover up that there's something I need to do with stuff. We get married, we have families, we get an SUV, we get a bigger house, we get a boat, we get a cottage. We fill our lives up with stuff and we stop listening to what's going on in here. But that calling inside of me was much greater than all the stuff I could have ever accumulated. So I started, just after my dad died, I decided, okay, now is the time. I'm going to have to do something, or it just wasn't enough for me to work all day long and sit in front of the TV at night. I always had to be busy. So I started a small business, and I did knitting and sewing. I had knitting machines and sewing machines, and I opened my own store.